Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde for the last video of the day. It's about 6 o'clock, August 4th, Sunday, and we're getting closer to 74 degrees. Alright, a little parental guidance.
Warning, bullshit alert!
And our other friend. There we are. Got plenty of crap going on today. So, what am I up to? Well, let me show you down here. Two projects today. I'm always trying to make progress on the three-wheel stuff, three-wheel, four-wheel stuff I don't drive on the road. Every day I try to do something, whether it's order a carburetor that I need or work on motor mounts or something like that. So first of all, I'm making motor mounts. I don't know if you guys recall a few days ago, this is the motor mount to mount a 185 motor on a 200X frame, right? 185 motor, 200X frame. So that's the motor mount. I need a pair of those. So this is some steel that I bought from my buddy upstate. They're $6. You can see how thick it is. I don't know, compare it to my finger. Let me show you a finger that's not quite so fat. And when I'm making motor mounts, not all that hard. Obviously, you trace it. Try to go with as many straight lines as possible. And then you start cutting it out. Kind of cutting it out like a caveman. For cutting this arc here, what I try to do is use it like this, and then you put relief lines, and then I snap them off. Here's the second one. I try to use as thin a wheel as possible. You guys can see how thin it is. When I first started, I was using a thicker wheel, which did not work as well. You can see the difference. This is the thick one, and you can see the thin one. Thin one works a lot better. Thin one gets consumed much quicker though. I'd rather consume a blade. These are, this was a 10-pack from Harbor. I don't, here. 4.5 inch. You can see it's a Chicago. I don't know, this is GMC, made in China, $10 grinder. So what I do once again is I cut reliefs and then I score it. I kind of snap it all off, then I go through with the blade and I very gently form it, the last bit, and then make sure they're flat. This one's got a little bit of an arc to it from snapping it off. I should have cut it more. And there's the motor mount story. So I just wanted to show you how a caveman makes motor mounts. The F150, I didn't smash it into a box, though this seems to like repairs once a month. I had to pull the front caliper off. I would have, bearings sound pretty good. It got a little dirt on them. Yeah, so anyway, I had to pull the front caliper off. I don't know if any of you guys have owned Fords, but you can't just go into AutoZone or anywhere else and say, I have a Ford F150 with the 4.2 6-cylinder, 5-speed standard, 2-wheel drive, front disc, back drums. I need a front caliper on the driver's side. You can't just do that, because then they start asking you questions like, well, what's the gross weight of the truck? And my response is, it's an F150, it's, 6,000 or less. And their response is, are you sure? And all that. Then they take you to the calipers that are floating around the store, and they show them to you, and they say, which one is it? And you say, I don't know, I haven't taken it off yet. So then you take it off, and you tape up the end of it and put a plastic bag over it and tape it up some more, and hope that you keep brake fluid in there all night, and you make sure your reservoir is full, and you put a little catch thing underneath it to catch any drips. And the reason why you go through all that, because if you completely bleed out the reservoir, it's a bitch to get the air out of it. So you'd rather not do that. You just as soon keep the fluid continuous. Anyway, I pulled the caliper, and I got the sun in my eyes. It's got double piston. I don't know if you guys care all that much about it. It was dragging. It wasn't dragging horribly. I mean, when I got it home, I could tell it was warm, but you can see I got plenty of brake shoe left there, right? You guys could see that. Can you? There you go. You can see both sides. I got plenty of brake shoe left. And so it wasn't dragging horribly. So, tomorrow's quest is to take the that caliper and drive all over the county and see if anybody's got one. Hopefully somebody has one, and I could get this put back together again tonight or tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, and be done with it. I'd rather not be collecting brake fluid for the next 100 years. I think I took everything off of this that I mean, there's really nothing left to take off. And as a matter of fact, it looked like the one he was trying to sell me included this part. But these guys are good. They're moving. They're not seized. Well, it was moving. I'll put some anti-seize on that. So there we are. Brake jobs and Caveman metalwork. Yeah, I like this truck. I like it a lot. It's pretty for the size, for the amount of work it does. It's really good on fuel. What I don't like about it is it seems to need, like every other month, it seems to need a little attention. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's passed inspection twice, plus it came with an inspection sticker. So I'm going to have it for 3 years. And I don't know why it wouldn't pass inspection next year, right? It cost me $5,200, $5,400, $50 something hundred, call it 54 for a number. Then I had to pay tax on it. Yeah, I had to pay tax on it, and on $5,000, you're looking at another $400. By the time, call it 6, give or take a little bit. So if it goes 5 years, which is 60 months, it cost me $100 a month. A new F150, you're making payments, and those payments, I don't know, what's a car payment? On an F150 extended cab, even though it's only a 2-wheel drive, I gotta believe you're looking at $30,000 worth of truck. So you're looking at some heavy duty payments there. Real heavy duty payments. Well, it might be a little less than 30, but by the time you put the tax, dealer prep, and all that, call it 30. Yeah, you're looking at heavy duty payments. Even if you put a 60-month loan on that, what are you looking at? That's $500 a month. Yeah, 60-month loan. You're looking at interest free. You're looking at $500 a month. So, I guess I shouldn't whine or complain. It's just, I only take it to flea markets, and it's annoying to have to do something all the time. That thing, I had to mess with the radiator support because it rusted down. Didn't cost me anything, but you know, once again, it lost a few days while I was figuring out what was going on with it. So the radiator support popped the tire. That was my fault. Can't whine too much about that. Popped the brake line. Age. Now seized the front caliper. I don't know. Age. So there we are. Alright folks, I've used up about 9 minutes of your time. we'll catch you up on the next episode of The Horde. Hopefully tomorrow. Once again, I fetch up that caliper and get the F150 put back together again. That would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. So once that's done, then I then get back to work on these motor mounts. Hopefully get the motor mounts set up, the 185 motor put in, maybe even start it, maybe even take her for a ride. Wouldn't that all be great? That would finish that one, and then I can move that one out of the garage and start working on a few of the other creatures that have come in. Also, if I can get myself a little bit of space, I can start moving the propane and putting together a workbench and doing some of the other things I should be doing. I got to get ready for winter. In my mind, right? It's good to have things in your mind, eh? I'm thinking of taking all those great bed frames over there and putting together some kind of rack situation, so that I could go with a tarp and get some of these things covered. And particularly, I want to use some of the space over here alongside the sunroom, and then in front of the sunroom, and then the other side alongside the house. Just basically come up with some angle iron and tarp lean-to type things. And if I do that, that'll hopefully allow me to loosen up. I got a kid at work who's interested in this guy. I'm not really thrilled about selling it, but I don't have space for it, and I'd rather sell it while the iron's hot, while the kid's after it. I don't want to have to give it away in the winter for next to nothing. The number we're talking about is 500. And then this guy here, the case, I've been talking to my neighbor about. He's interested in it. We got a trade deal going for a snowblower and a couple of other things. So I wouldn't be upset if that one disappeared. If I get those two out of here, right, that guy and the orange tractor, you can see the back tire, those two out of here makes me some nice space. And space is a good thing. Space is what Harvey needs. Alright, guys, tires down, handlebars up. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Between now and then, live, love, and have a great time. Thanks for watching.